I love the rich. Not a very popular sentiment, and it certainly goes against prevailing cultural attitudes. I'm supposed to think the rich are greedy and that they take advantage of the middle class by stealing from the middle class. There was a point when I was younger when I actually believed that. Over time, I started to believe that external things like taxes, services, products, jobs, government, all existed to better myself and my family. Think the leisure society of the 1950s. More technology, more freedom. We only would have to work an hour a day. Technology handles the rest. Then I started to notice a lot of what I was exposed to benefited a third party. Businesses, government, etc. Advertisements, whether from a politician or the media or a commercial, purport to solve some kind of problem, real or imagined, using emotionally charged language. I might sound a bit cynical here, but there's been plenty of time for all of our problems to be solved. And somehow we still have problems. The rich. So narratives like the top 1%, the rich are getting richer, are designed to evoke jealousy, fear, and hatred. At some level, it's true. The rich have a greater share of wealth than they did 30 years ago. If the rich rob the middle class by not paying their fair share, then I would expect that if we raise taxes on the rich, we then lower taxes on the middle class. So my state, Massachusetts, passed the Fair Share Amendment in 2023, otherwise known as the millionaire's tax. It doubles the state income tax for rich people. So given that it's been in effect for 2.5 years, I start to wonder, when are my income taxes going to be reduced? The rich are now paying more. Why am I not paying less? Did they reduce the gasoline tax by even 1 cent per gallon? Don't they know that the middle class has to drive to work and everyone's struggling to pay bills? Did my property taxes go down? Can I afford to work less hours at work now that the rich pay more in taxes? All of these things would have been very helpful to the middle class, and none of them happened. I'm disappointed, but not surprised. So what do I actually get from hating the rich? I get to practice righteous indignation. I get a modicum of social acceptance, but otherwise my life isn't much improved. My taxes haven't gone down. So in evaluating this rhetoric, I take a transactional approach. I say to myself, what's in it for me? If the rich are taxed more, I expect to be taxed less. And that didn't happen. So as a household capitalist, I need to do further evaluation. If I put energy into hating the rich, that's energy that's being taken away from what else I could be doing, like paying attention to my own finances. And hating the rich also tends to put people into a wait for government to solve the problem type of a thing. Well, if I waited around for government to solve the rich problem, supposedly Massachusetts solved it 2.5 years ago. Why am I still paying the same amount of taxes? Not once in any of the hate the rich, the top 1%, or whatever other memes or tropes you want to throw in there. No one has said, hey, why don't you reduce your expenses and start investing so you don't have to work 40 hours a week, 8 hours a day sitting at a computer? That's a long time. You know, you could watch a lot of Lord of the Rings movies back to back in 8 hours, and people do that every single day, not including commuting time. Let me know in the comments below how long you'll think I'll have to wait until Massachusetts reduces its income tax on the middle class because now they're charging the rich more.